Pingjin Campaign, also known as the Battle of Pingjin, was part of the three major campaigns launched by the People's Liberation Army during the late stage of the Chinese Civil War against the Nationalist Government. It began on 29 November 1948 and ended on 31 January 1949, lasting a total of 64 days. This campaign marked the end of nationalist dominance in the North China Plain. The term Pingjin refers to the cities Beiping and Tianjin. Background: by the winter of 1948, the balance of power in northern China had shifted in favor of the People's Liberation Army, as the Communist Fourth Field Army led by Lin Biao and Luo Rongwan entered North China Plain after the conclusion of Liaoshan Campaign. Fu Zhaoyi and the Nationalist Government decided to abandon Chengde, Baoding, Shanhai Pass and Qinhuangdao to withdraw the military forces to Beiping, Tianjin and Zhangjiakou. The Nationalists were hoping to preserve their strength and reinforce Suzhou, where another major campaign was under its way. The alternative option is to retreat to nearby Suiyuan province. Prelude: in preparations for the campaign, the People's Liberation Army halted the advance of 1st Field Army toward Taiyuan. The attack on Ho'o were also held back as the 3rd Field Army was being deployed from Jining District toward Beiping. Campaign: Zhangjiakou. On 29 November 1948, the People's Liberation Army launched an assault on Zhangjiakou. Fu Zhaoyi immediately ordered the 35th Army in Beiping and the 104th Army in Huailei to reinforce the city. On 2 December, the Communist 2nd Field Army advanced toward Zhuolu. The 4th Field Army captured Miyun on 5 December, and continued their advance toward Huailei. The 2nd Field Army advanced to the south of Zhuolu. Beiping was now threatened, and Fu recalled the 35th Army from Zhangjiakou and ordered 104th Army from Huailei to support the defense of Beiping. Xinbao and the Nationalist 35th Army found themselves surrounded by the Communist forces in Xinbao on their return to Beiping. In response, reinforcements were sent from Beiping in hopes to break out the 35th Army. However, they were defeated by the Communist forces and unable to reach the city. Subsequently, the People's Liberation Army launched an assault against nationalist defenders in Xinbao on 21 December and captured the city the next evening. Commander Guo Jingyun committed suicide, and the remainder of nationalist forces were destroyed as they attempt to retreat to Zhangjiakou. Tianjin. After capturing Zhangjiakou and Xinbao, the Communists began to assemble troops around Tianjin area beginning on 2 January 1949. In the wake of the conclusion of Huaihai Campaign on 10 January, the People's Liberation Army launched their final assault on Tianjin on 14 January. The city was captured after 29 hours of fighting, and the Nationalist 62nd Army and 86th Army, a total of 130,000 men in 10 divisions, were destroyed. Nationalist commander Chen Changji was himself captured also. The remainder of the nationalist forces in the 17th Army Group and 5 other divisions from the 87th Army in Tangwu retreated south on 17 January by sea. Surrender of Beiping. After the fall of Tianjin to the Communist forces, the nationalist garrison in Beiping was effectively isolated. Fu Zhaoyi came to the decision to negotiate a peace settlement on 21 January. In the following week, 260,000 nationalist troops began to exit the city in anticipation for the immediate surrender. On 31 January, the 4th Field Army of PLA entered Beiping to take over the city. The Pingjin Campaign was now over.